My name's Shayla Mar Samuel Scott, and I'm attending Roehampton University, and I'm studying business and marketing.
My name is Ivana Kinchona. I am going to Bournemouth University and I will be studying game design.
I'm Adam Billings. I'm going to Norwich University of the Arts and I'm going to be studying photography.
I chose to study business because personally it's something that I actually genuinely have a keen interest in, and when you're around in the day-to-day life, all you see is business. It plays a massive part in our society just today and everything we do basically.
I chose to study photography at university because I enjoy taking photos, mainly of objects and landscapes.
I like games, I'm obsessed with games, all the media that I consume is about games, so I thought if I'm spending so much of my time, caring about games, wanting to know more, looking into the industry and everything, why not just make that my career and then go? Since I spend all my time in it anyways, I might as well get paid to do it. So yeah, here we are.
I think university will be a lot different to college, and it will be a bit harder, but they'll still be including some skills I've already learnt in the past.
I'm quite excited, nervous to be honest, because it's not only me starting at a new school again, so it's new people and a new environment, it's also me moving out, being away from my mom, and it's just a lot to be like, okay, I'm gonna be actually independent.
What I expect from the university experience is to meet, different people from different backgrounds, that have different interests as well, and people that I can kind of grow with and do things with as well, and just experience more of life itself, traveling, etc. So more just actually meeting the people. That's kind of what I kind of expect to gain from the experience as well as obviously the qualification.
We are at Bournemouth University. I've been here for 6 months and I am studying game design. In terms of work, what I have been doing is game design principles, 3D modelling and digital technologies. So that means that I had to learn all the theory behind why games are good, what good game practices, bad game practices.
I'm studying at Roehampton University. I studied business and marketing and I started in September 2019. I've handed in my first set of assignments and I'm just waiting for the results to come back. I met loads of people, even the lecturers, even the guidance counsellors, the academic group. Everybody there's been really helpful. They've been basically showing me how I can get things done a lot easier, and kind of balance, just my personal life with my obviously university life.
It's really good. I thought it would be harder than it actually is, because I thought it'd be quite hard being away from home, but I've enjoyed it quite a lot so far. In the last project with our self-portraits, I've been looking quite a lot at identity and exploring my own medical conditions, and now into our final project, it's one where we write our own brief, and I've decided to continue exploring my medical conditions through still life self-portraiture.
Coming here, I knew nobody. One of my closest friends now, I met her at the library to pick up the books, the reading materials. I was like, oh, you're a serious student too, and it kind of starts like that. And I think in uni, I think this is going to be one of the easiest times to make friends, because you can literally make friends about anything. You just going to the library and picking up a book. You're like, oh yeah, and then it just starts from that.
I've definitely made a good group of friends. I've met loads of people at uni, and I think where the types of people that I've met, I wouldn't generally just meet every day, because loads of them are international students. So I have a friend who's French, but he lives in Senegal, and I have another friend who's a Filipino, but he's from Bournemouth. So there's a lot of people transitioning and changing and kind of making their way to study.
After completing my first year, I've realised that it has changed me as a person. It's made me more sure and more confident in who I am and what I like and what I don't like. That I'm just a much more confident person within myself, and I'm oh yep, I like games, I like this, I like that, and I'm not really kind of afraid to just be my nerdy self, because I realised that that's just what I'm like and that's just what I am.
Well, my first year, I think it went really well. I passed all of my modules, I got all of the credits I needed. Still feel like I've chosen the best course for the degree I could choose possibly for myself. Character-wise, it's made me more much more talkative, obviously make more friends, speak to people, be a bit more open, and it's also encouraged me to just make small changes in myself that I wouldn't have necessarily thought was necessary before. Now I will kind of take that extra plunge and say, okay, maybe do sign up to a group, photography group or something else, and maybe a bit more inclusive of other people as well.
The coronavirus definitely affected my school year. It essentially cut the obviously physical part of it really short. The uni closed down early March, late February, and then after they started to roll out the online lectures, and so from that point that's what I was doing, and just watching my lectures, completing my labs online through my laptop.
Because of coronavirus, it's meant that I wasn't able to do much of my actual practical work like I planned to in the studios, and I had to kind of rethink my whole idea, as well as being inside for quite a long time, self-isolating. It will be good to get back, and then sort all my stuff out there, ready to start doing more classes again. I'm looking forward to being able to keep looking at different types of photography, and also we get to use more equipment. Even though a lot of the classes will be online, they're still going to do a few practical classes in person, so we'll be able to use different studio spaces than last year and be able to use more of the photography equipment.
Now I'm more looking forward to see what my actual grade is, because my first year didn't count towards my final grade. So even though I passed and I did really well, I'd be more interested to see now even what I'm like with the pressure of actually getting an actual grade which is going to count towards my full degree. So that's kind of what I'm looking forward to for the second year.
For second year, I'm most excited for finding a placement, but in terms of my academic goals, I just want to continue the good work I've been doing,